these little woods lore things here just to let you know. This is an oak tree, this big monster tree that's kind of towering above all the other trees. That's a big white oak. And if you look, it's kind of got a silvery look to it right now. Oak trees, their leaves grow with the wind. They're made to, oak trees originated where it was a little drier, and so their leaves have a waxy coating on the top, and they were made to grow with the wind so that they don't, the sun, when it's beating down on the leaves, it doesn't evaporate all the moisture out of the leaves and wilt the tree. And the underside of the leaves doesn't have this waxy surface, so it's a whiter color. And maybe I'll show you a leaf when we go by it. And when the wind shifts to a storm wind, which we are in right now, we got storms coming in tonight and tomorrow, the wind shifts. Our normal winds come out of the west, but whoops, let me put you back up on the oak tree. When the wind shifts around to a storm wind, it usually comes out of the southeast in the summertime. And so when you start seeing the oak trees turn silver, because the underside of their leaves are flipping up because of the wind, then that usually means there's a storm coming. And the further down the leaves are, probably the stronger the storm is. And the whole oak tree is turning silver. When the wind comes through, all the leaves flip over and gets that silverish color to them. So silver green color instead of the dark green. Okay, so when you see that silver color, it means either a storm is passing very close to you, which is still something you need to be concerned about here in Wisconsin, because we can be flooded and not have a drop of rain fall. Our skies can be bright blue, and it can be pouring rain upriver, and then that water, of course, has got to go somewhere, so it floods all the way down the river. Or it means a storm is coming. So if you ever see the oak trees flipping their leaves over here in Wisconsin, you know that, and probably in many other places, when they get that silvery color, it means there's a storm either close or coming. And so it's one of the things my grandfather used to say, well, that oak tree is really talking, which always meant there's a storm coming. So we're underneath our big old oak, and here we have a leaf that fell down sometime today. And you can see the top side of the leaf is very shiny and a green. And again, this is to keep any water from evaporating, and it grows in such a way that sorry, nose itches, gonna kiss a fool. So it grows in a way so that most of the time when the normal winds, it faces upward. But then when the wind switched to come from storm winds, it flips over, and you get this slightly lighter greeny, and when you look at it from a distance, it has like a silvery hue to it, especially when you see it in multiple leaves. But so when you see that light colored, a lot of times that means either a storm is passing close to you, or there is a storm on its way, so get prepared. When you see leaves that are just that green, that usually means fair weather. So that's a little bit of weather lore from the oak tree. A lot of people, whether they lived by the ocean or lived out in the wilderness, they learned how to tell the weather. You know, we're so used to just turning on our computers or turning on our TVs or checking on our cell phones to see what the weather's going to happen. But ancient people had to know how to tell the weather, and that was one way of doing it, by looking at the oaks.